Hi, everyone. I thought I'd give a quick shout out here about a topic I really haven't seen before, really from the Filipinas perspective, how a Filipina can find a great foreigner husband. And the reason I'm doing that is because it's Christmas. And I'm sure all around the parties, if you're not married yet, if you're a Filipina, they're asking, when are you going to get married? When are you going to have kids? And all those things. I know that's happening right now, but it's also because Christmas is when I met my Filipino wife. And this brings back so many memories, especially since we just moved back to the Philippines, about how we met and how we met for the first time in Manila. So it just brings back all these memories. And also, I haven't really seen a lot of videos. I don't even know if I've seen any videos about how Filipinas can find a great foreigner husband. This is going to focus mainly on the U.S. because I'm American, finding an American foreign husband. But I guess you could use it for other countries. I mean, I've traveled in Europe extensively in places like that, but I know the U.S. mainly a little bit more in the dating scene, a little bit more. Although I haven't been dating for 13 years now, but I like to think I know a little bit about it. But in any event, I thought this would be a great topic because there might be people out there that are looking for a foreigner husband or looking for a relationship abroad. And, maybe this video can help them. And it would be great if it did. And it helped people get married and find relationships and have children. That would be just a wonderful thing, a great thing. So I thought I'd, talk a little bit about that. So in any event, I met my wife at Christmas. So we met online at a place called Christian Mingle. And I think I'm going to, I have my iPad here. So please excuse me while I'm going to take a look at this stuff. Christian Mingle, I think, is still around. Yeah, it is still around. But actually, we did Catholic Mingle because we're both Catholic. But Catholic Mingle isn't around anymore. Christian Mingle is. And so that's how we met. I was living in Hawaii at the time. I was working with lots of Filipinos. And the first thing I would recommend is if you have a girlfriend or relatives in the U.S., ask them, if there's anyone they know that's looking to get married or a relationship. That would be the best way, I think, because the person knows the other person. They know a little bit about them, their personality, what they're like. Sometimes that works out, but I mean, online also works out great too. I know in the old days, people used to correspond with letters and just see photographs of the person, and that's the way one of my wife's friends met, and she's still married in California. And in a way, the letter writing kind of builds trust and takes time. And so, the person that's going to do that on both sides in the Philippines and America, they have to make that commitment. The internet can be kind of fast as far as, relationships. And sometimes letters give a better insight into the person and build that relationship where, the internet is based a lot on the physical looks and, chatting. And I don't know, I think letter writing, it might be a better way. But I mean, the reason that the internet works so well is because you can see and you can chat. And, the only thing I would say is give the person a chance. You might not like them the first time. I would give a person, a few chances before I'd make a final judgment on them, especially on the internet. If they're not good at talking, or they're, kind of shy, or, they're acting, I don't know, maybe they're bragging or something like that. When you meet people the first time, first impressions, I used to teach psychology. First impressions really don't show the person for good or for bad. Sometimes the person knows how to make a great first impression, but they're really maybe not for you. And the person that has that bad first impression might be for you because maybe they're a little shy or, they don't had a bad day or something like that. But in any event, we met, on Catholic Mingle. And the reason I suggest the Christian websites is I think that people are a little more sincere and dedicated to marriage, and they're a little more serious as far as the dating situation in America. I think, they would make a better fit for Filipinas. That's my recommendation. But there's other websites that are out there, like eHarmony, just to name one. And I've done I did eHarmony many years ago. I met one Filipina, met some American girls. It's a good website. It's very expensive. I really didn't get great results from that website. When I went to Catholic Mingle, I really was a good fit with the women there, and I think it's because of their religious beliefs. And I think that the Filipinas might make a better fit with the American men who are more religious. And I think they want to get married and have children. And I think that kind of fits with the Filipino culture. And so I would go for a religious website. Now, they're kind of expensive now, unfortunately. I mean, we did this so many years ago. When I did it, was $10. My wife, they made her pay $20 outside the U.S., which that was kind of ridiculous. And that's like 10, 12 years ago. But there are some free sites, and that's what I have here. If I can, just get this up. And there's this outfit called Christian Dating for Free, and also Catholic Dating for Free. Now, I haven't tried these. I'm married, but I've read some reviews, and they're totally free. They just have ads. Now, they're not going to look as good as eHarmony or some of the more expensive sites. The more expensive sites want $30, and I know that would be really expensive in the Philippines now. It was quite shocking for me to see that. I mean, I'm getting older, but $30, that's a lot of money. I would recommend these sites. I mean, some of them give free trial periods. Maybe Christian Mingle gives a free trial period, and there's some other Christian websites. I think they might give 5 days or a week, so you can try them for free. Then also you have Christian Dating for Free, things like that. Just remember, and this is like a little trick. I know about Catholic Mingle. I don't know if they've changed it though. But what people used to do is you can't put your email address in an email. They'll flag it and they'll censor it or whatever they're going to do, or in your profile. What you have to do is say, and I would also recommend this as well, make a separate email account if you're going to do online dating, so it doesn't clog your inbox. You can kind of just go there when you want to, and you can just give your real email out, later on. But the thing is, excuse me, what you can do, and that's, Christian Catholic Mingle all those years ago, what they used to do is say, my email is first initial, last name at the well-known Google mail site. And of course, it would be your first initial, last name at gmail.com or something like that. And the people would figure it out, okay? Or, if you might want to make a separate Facebook account or something like that. And that brings up the idea. Some people are meeting on Facebook these days. I don't know if I trust Facebook as much. I would stick with the Christian websites. I'm a big believer in that. In any event, that's one way you can get around this subscription thing. And remember that you can have a free profile on these websites, and people can send you mail, but you can't send mail back, I think. But you can put in your profile, like I said, my email is first initial, last name at a very famous Google Mail account. So that is something that you could do. I don't know if it still works, but believe me, your profiles, wherever you make them, is going to attract interest. Okay. Now, I know some of you may be watching this and going, well, maybe I'm too old. And I'm going to, in the US, age is not that big a factor anymore for looking for relationships. We got people very old or middle, looking for relationships. I know some Filipinas out there are going to say I'm too old for this when they're, maybe 40 or 45, because in Filipino culture, for them, they're, people consider them, beyond the point of marriage. Okay. But in the US, that's not the case. So I wanted really to state that if you're, in your 30s or 40s or even beyond in the 50s, you can still find a great American husband. There are people sincerely looking out there. And I know a lot of Filipinas may be wondering why. Why are they looking? Now, of course, with older men, looking for younger women, I think Filipinas, people can kind of figure out the reason, why, older men want to have a younger wife. But for middle-aged or even beyond a little bit of middle-aged, the Filipinas may be wondering why. Why do American men, why are they looking to get married? We're old, we're older. And, why do they want that? Believe me, there's a lot of lonely American men because relationships in America are very hard right now, very, very hard. And people don't trust each other. People have been, gotten, bad results, or really things haven't worked out for them. You have people that have been divorced 1, 2, 3 times. People, I'm sure they try, but a lot of times people give up really easily, and it leads to a lot of divorce. I mean, I think it's half of American marriages lead to divorce. A lot of people are just, going together as living together. They're not getting married, and people just move out, move in. It's relationships are very difficult in the U.S. right now. Just excuse me, I'll just look at my notes here. And a lot of people want to focus on their careers. A lot of people have had bad breakups. They've had divorce, where they have to pay alimony, which means that a man or a woman, a husband or a wife, depending on who makes the money, is going to have to pay for child support, which is a lot of money. And people are very reluctant to get back into marriage or even get serious about a relationship. And so there's a lot of American men, they're having a hard time finding a spouse. They may be older, they may be or just in their 40s or 50s, and they're just looking for someone that wants to build a sincere marriage and relationship. They are out there. There's lots of them out there. And they're looking maybe for a more traditional marriage. They're looking for a more traditional understanding of a relationship. And Filipinas, really fit that well. And I think, there's a very good fit between Americans and Filipinas, American men and Filipinas, if certain things are followed, if certain understandings take place. I think they do very, very well together. There are some differences in culture. I'm going to make some videos about that. But by and large, there is a good fit. And some of that has to do with language, with English. And many Filipinos have a pretty good understanding of English. But I wanted to cover that right now. Even though many Filipinos speak excellent English, I mean, if they can't speak excellent English, they can understand English. The other, I would say to the Filipino, don't be afraid of your English skills. Your English skills are usually pretty good. Okay, so don't be embarrassed by, you don't want to do a live chat or something like that. You're afraid of how people are going to judge you with your English. Your English is usually pretty good. Okay, you don't have to worry about that. And, the American men will just be very understanding and also probably very surprised with how well you speak English. Most Americans aren't going to criticize you for small mistakes or things like that. So don't worry about that. Just be relaxed and be yourself. But also know, on the other hand, that you're not going to understand everything that's being said to you. And you may want to say to the person, and you have to be honest, speak slower, Don't use slang. My wife would always say, too slang, too slang. So you have to say to the person, please speak slower, or write, and don't use too much slang. You may be too embarrassed, but try to say that, because they may be saying things and you're like, you know, just try to be a little honest. Everyone will get along. It'll be fine. Just because you may have a miscommunication. And so don't, unless you understand something, don't immediately get angry at the American uh, guy. You may have misunderstood something, because language is very difficult. Even with my wife, we don't understand each other all the time. And I have to say, whoa, let's stop. Okay. You think this, but it's really that. Okay, I don't care what you learned. It's really this. It's not that. And so you really have to kind of put the brakes on, like, whoa, stop, and try to figure out what's going on. Okay, especially when you start, you get into a relationship with a foreign person. You have to make sure of things when your emotions are running high, like things like marriage and meeting and all these kinds of things. You have to just kind of like take a break. And the best thing to do really is to go, whoa, okay, I got to take a break, and just walk out or get a drink or something. And then, okay, let's think about this. Sometimes when you keep going, it just gets worse. You just go, well, okay, let's settle down. Like when you're planning for marriages or trips, or especially with a language barrier. Okay. So in any event, we're just meeting somebody, making plans for that. So what I would do, if a Filipino wanted to meet a great American or foreign husband, I would go to these Catholic or Christian websites. I would sign up for the free ones. Okay. And then when I make my profile, you can try to get your email in there with the way I said, which is like say it's first initial, last name at a very famous email service that starts with a G. Okay. And you might be able to get some contact that way. Okay. If you wanted to go around the website. If you feel more secure with the website, then sign up with the free websites like Christian Dating. What was it? Christian Dating for free, as I get this up, and also Catholic Dating for free. You can use that, and then you don't have to go through that or whatever. And I think they said they'll get rid of the commercials, whatever, for $5, which I think it's expensive in the Philippines, but you could do it, not $30. But those other websites, like I said, you can either sign up. Sometimes they give free promos, especially at holidays. And that's one of the reasons why I'm doing this. The dating websites will give free. Sometimes will give free access for a week or two at holidays, like Christmas and New Year's, because I know people are looking for one another. Okay, so you might want to sign on now, make an account with the more expensive websites if you want. The other thing is, your profile. And we can talk more about that later. That's a whole nother kind of session kind of thing. It takes time. But, just take a selfie, upload. See, now it's so much easier, because in the old days, you had to like get a picture and scan it and all these things. Now you have selfies and pictures. You can use the app on your phone. So that's not really a big thing. But, just go out there. And the first thing is to start. You may say, oh, I don't want to start. Oh, I don't look good. Listen, just get your picture out there. Say a few things about yourself, what you're interested in, what you're looking for. If you're looking for marriage, then say it. I'm looking to have marriage and children, and let them know, let the American know that that's, what you're looking for, and kind of screen the other ones out and say, no, I don't want to be a girlfriend. I want to be a wife. This is what I'm looking for. And I think most Filipinos want to get married and have children. Now, if you're older, if you're beyond childbearing years, or, you don't want a child, you're a little bit older, maybe 45, 50, just say, listen, I'm just interested in marriage. I'm a good woman, I want to be married. And if I can meet someone, that would be great. And so, I'd put that down. I remember a lot of the Filipinos say, I'm a simple person. I'm God-fearing. I'm a simple person. I'm just looking for someone here. And the other thing I would write is, please, serious inquiries only. Say, please, just for serious people. I don't have time to waste. And that's the other thing. It's very important in your profile to state is you're very busy. Most Filipinas that are working, Americans have no idea that you're getting home, you're starting at 5 a.m. and you're getting home at 9 p.m. You may be working 2 jobs or whatever. You don't have time for email. Maybe on the weekend, maybe, at lunch, maybe, but you're exhausted. Put that in your profile. Say, I'm very, very busy. I work all the time. Please be patient. I get back to you on the weekends. Now, a lot of Filipino women, depending on, different sort of things, get a lot of email. My wife got a lot of email. Okay. And that depends on age, on looks, on all different kinds of factors. But a lot of Filipino women are going to get hundreds of emails. Okay. Um, Depending, right? And my wife was overwhelmed with these emails, and she just decided to concentrate on wow. I'm just kidding. She did a couple emails, but she was intrigued by me, and I eventually sent her a picture, and that's what kind of attracted her to me. Is I didn't have a picture at first, and so there's all different ways of meeting on the internet. But the thing is that you may get a lot of emails. I would, most Filipinas, I would say, most women get a lot of emails. Okay, American women and also Filipinas, I would say you're going to get a lot of emails. Okay, and you don't have to be a beauty queen. You may not think that you're beautiful, but put your picture out there. Okay, you're going to find somebody. There's lots of men looking in America, and you're going to get a lot of emails. Okay, now those that look like a beauty queen, they're going to get maybe thousands and thousands, but you can be a regular looking person, and there's lots of American men looking for you guys, girls, I should say, right? So don't be afraid of your looks. There's going to be people, American men looking for you. So just get out there and do it. That's the most important thing. But say that you're busy, that you're out there and you're busy, but you get back to them when you can. And now I can't help you going through the emails. You have to just one that you like or not like. I would just say you don't really know by a person's email either. Some can be very funny at emails, some can't be. You just have to kind of figure that out. I would say a person that's funny people like, but maybe the regular person that doesn't write funny emails or whatever, give that person a chance too, because they're sincere. Maybe, I don't know. You have to, I would say just don't be attracted to someone who writes a great email. Although, of course, it makes you laugh or something, and maybe they are funny, and that's what you're looking for. But, I'd give the other person a chance too. And then, the other thing is, setting up the chats and everything like that. Now, I told the women that I was meeting, online, I was serious and I was coming to the Philippines. And you could ask the same of the American men. Are you willing to visit me in the Philippines? Are you interested in marriage? Or, I don't know what Filipina, maybe you're not looking for marriage. I don't know. I would think most are. But, tell them what you expect. I'm looking for this, and you're going to have to come and visit me in the Philippines. I don't know. It's up to you girls to kind of figure that out on your own. But in any event, I hope, and I think I'm just looking over all my little points here. But this is a great time to meet somebody. I know there's a lot of relatives out there if you haven't been married, especially if you're even in your late 20s, 30s, 40s, even 50s. There's plenty of American men looking for relationships out there. Don't be embarrassed. Take the opportunity of all these free promos that go on during the holidays in American websites, or sign up for the free websites and get out there. There are American men looking right now. They're lonely. They're looking, and some are serious, and some are very good men. And you just have to find them. But you're not going to find them unless you're out there and you take a chance. And that's what you have to do. So I would set up a separate email. I would sign up with free profiles, and also use the free promos, and get out there now. Get out there now for the holidays, and you'll feel great. You'll get a couple of emails. You meet someone you like, and just take it easy and slow. And if I get enough feedback on this, I'll do some more videos on this, about online relationships, online distance relationships, and how you can build that trust and build that love online. I did that with my wife, and, I met her, and after a year, after 6 months, or 7 months, I came to see her, and then we got married, but then it took another year because of slowdowns in immigration to get the K2. This wasn't even a K1, it was a K2. And all these different things. So, we can talk more about that if people want to, and how you build that trust and how you support each other when you're so far away. And of course, you have to love each other and trust each other. And if you don't love and trust each other, it isn't going to work. And that's why, when you go through this whole thing, or even when you're married, you have to say, I trust that person. I'm not going to doubt this person. And that's really the secret to this. You have to believe. And I think a lot of Filipinos believe. And believing is contagious. You can feel that love. And I wish you a great Christmas. I wish you all the luck. Go out there and meet the greatest guy ever, your future husband, the future husband of your children. I wish you luck, and God bless you. Take care.